There we go. Nice miss, Albert. Nice miss. I like that. Anyway, this is a 1 versus 1 GBR custom between Albert and Granty. Appears to be a bit of a grudge after the last 3 versus 3. I guess they were having a bit of an argument in their team. So now they're going to have to settle it out with a 1 versus 1. Albert building peasants, doing the standard human build like Granty. Fairly early Ancient of War, but then again, what do I know? I don't really do 1 versus 1, so I don't know what's an early Ancient of War or what's a late Ancient of War if you're doing the game properly. Just build it though, it's almost up, so it's pretty quick. I'm pretty sure that's fairly early. Even for me to say that, I think I can get away with it. So, more peasants for Albert, or wisps for Granty. Have a look. There's the expansion here, which is your nearest expansion, if we are looking from Albert's point of view. Otherwise you can choose to expand at the top right or the bottom left. This is actually a well designed map, to be quite frank with you. I think it's very well designed. It seems to have all the balance there. There's lots of green spots to creep in case you needed something to do and you weren't quite powerful enough to do an orange spot. So there's lots to keep the players busy with. At the same time, they're close enough that they can actually have fights. And there's so many different access points. You can go through the middle, through the top, through the bottom. There's all sorts of ways to get to your enemy.
A player's forces are under
And enough expansions and interesting placement of expansions to sort of allow you to maybe get away with an expansion, but at the same time you've got to be wary, you've got to be scouting all the time, checking for anyone expanding possibly, who knows. But Albert's about to do his top bit here. Archmage, 5 militia. A Dart Ranger? I don't know.
a player's forces
Don't
are
know if the hero's been built yet. There it is. It is Dart Ranger. How did he know? Good intuition, I suppose. So Albert's really abusing human here. He's got lightning shield as well. That's really strong. That's really abusive. So using lightning shield for trying to get some experience and kill the little buggers whilst these militia and footmen are finishing off the top left ones. That's pretty tricky. Footy also being annoying here, just harassing. Looks like Granty is moving over this side. He might creep a couple of green spots and then try and take an expansion at the bottom left. Have a look. Albert's footman's still going at it, but every now and then he's going to come across that Tree of Life and it's going to hit him hard. Providing that Granty actually kites him around it. Come on, skeletons. Last long enough that you can actually enable a creep at the bottom left. Archmage going to town. Low on level 2, but soon making his way to level 3. Albert's teching up. No need for the scout tower to upgrade just yet, because I guess he doesn't feel that threatened up to this point. Now it's upgrading, but it's plenty of time for that to go up, I think, before anything happens. The footman is still running around. Fast expansion. Is Albert map hacking again? There's the footman getting himself killed. So, that Wisp is going to take the pain. Now is Albert going to continue to creep this, or is he just going to run off? I suppose he doesn't want to suffer the poison attacks, which are nasty. Now Granty is taking the opportunity here to do the bottom left, and the Dark Ranger is going to let him do it quite comfortably so. But Albert, I think, is making his way. If you look at the minimap, to the bottom left. Can't spell for shit, but there you go.
player's forces are under attack.
Oh, I thought Albert was going to go straight down to the bottom left. Now he knows. Now he knows. Oh, Granty teching up. Not really spending these resources anymore. Is that going to go on the Tree of Life? Or is there going to be some tier 2 tech abuse? Albert running around with his 4 footmen. Not really powerful enough anyway to stop an expansion. Unless he went straight down there now and Granty just went all the way down to the right here. He could probably kill a Night Elf Tree of Life that's building up, but that's not happening. That's not happening at all. Oh, this is a good creep camp to clear because you get access to the shop and it should drop a good item, that Sasquatch. We'll keep an eye on that. What's he going to drop? Need to keep the focus though, otherwise he's going to beat his way past those skeletons. Tome of Agility, that's nice. Refreshment, oh, it's not very impressive at all actually. Unless the replenishment potion is a bit of a shitty item compared to what can drop. That, I was expecting better, to be honest. Now Albert's going to the bottom left, but there is no expo. So he's going to be disappointed. He's going to be expecting it. I would be expecting it. Where are these wisps? Oh, he's going to tower rush, you know. He did say he wanted to do that. That's what he's saving all the resources for. It could work. Because Albert's not at full strength yet, but he is human. He's building all these Ancients of War out here, so it's not going to be APs. But he's going to see this. He's surely going to see that. But it's night time, so maybe his vision was just short. I can't tell. I can't know for sure. That's his vision. So if he was running, he would run out the left-hand side. I think it was just short, so that's pretty lucky for Granty to just avoid being caught out there. Now Albert wouldn't be able to stop all those Ancients anyway, but it's nice that Albert doesn't know about it at this point. Wand of Illusion, that's a bit better, but it's still a low tier item. Albert going for his workshop and double Arcane Sanctums. This seems to be a familiar build. Seems to overextend a bit with the buildings, I think. Seeing what you can afford. If you had an expansion, yeah, but no, he doesn't.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, those Ancients. Are they going to get the upgrades? Because that's what they need. They need that upgrade from the Tree of Ages, or your main, basically. You can upgrade an extra couple of armor. I think maybe even 3 armor, I'm not sure. 2 or 3 armor for your trees, which is going to go a long way if you've made mass freaking Ancients of War. Now, will the Ancients of War be enough? They will be nasty. Mortar teams aren't going to be that great against them because they'll be uprooted most of the time. But they'll be okay. It's nothing bad with mortars. Now, as long as he just sends even just 1 or 2 Ancients to the right here, he's very slow. Also, don't forget that the main upgrade for the Ancients or the trees also increases the speed, which is really the big one you want. Definitely want the speed. But yeah, a couple of Ancients here, just to deny the expansion. I'll keep that under control whilst the rest are putting the pressure on at the main. Could go a long way. Granty continue to creep, get those levels up, get that Dark Ranger spamming out those skeletons. Now he's definitely seen these Ancients of War, so it's time for Granty to get up there, buy any mercs that he wants, and get going before those Ancients start getting beaten on with no defense. I wanted to see the upgrade though. That's a big... You've got to get the upgrade, come on. You can't get this many Ancients and not get the upgrade. They will go down fast though if they're not protected properly. Even though they've got 1000 health, and even 2 armor, they do go down suspiciously fast. There's something really weird about that. I swear it'd take longer to kill a footman than it does sometimes these Ancients of War. They look like they're really vulnerable. But it does add up. The health is there. They can take a good beating. It just looks like they get owned. To be honest, Granty actually has a reasonably large army on top of all of these Ancients. So, I'm not sure exactly how he's done it. He's crept efficiently, and archers are dirt cheap, pretty much. So the Ancients are going to do a great job here, pretty much. Just need to leave some. The Arcane Towers are actually going to be pretty effective, because they do magic damage, which does bonus damage to heavy armor. Which is what the Ancients of War have. What are we seeing? Ah, now he's getting Nature's Blessing. Hell, it's about time. How much armor are they going to get? They move very slow at the moment. Got 11% damage reduction. Oh my goodness, that was more than I was expecting. They still move very slow apparently, but you can see they're literally moving at least double the speed as to what they were. They got 5 armor on top of the 2 that they had. That's big. So they got 30% reduction instead of 11%, and that goes for every ancient, which there aren't that many left of now. I think he's using them just to fight properly rather than put them straight up against the base, and that's probably the right thing to do, but I would have liked to have seen an ancient or two just sort of pop off to the right there. Not going to do much harm, because at the moment they're just clumping up and getting in the way. Albert is hanging in there though, but it does feel like Granty's pressing up on him. The problem is he's just kiting these ancients for as long as possible whilst Albert is basically hitting them with a mortar team. He needs to put like just a Dark Ranger or something on that freaking mortar team, that would be nice. Let these ancients do their work. How much experience do they give? They obviously, I'm pretty sure they give experience, I'm not sure though. Ancients are pressing hard, more ancients, well it's an Ancient of Wonder. Mountain King has gone down, that was really far. Dark Ranger must have got the last hit there. It does look like Albert is running out of support here. He's getting surrounded by ancients. He has got this expansion, but is it going to be enough? He's low on wood, he's got lots of gold, but what's that going to go on? More footies? Is it going to be enough footies? We'll see. He wants Arcane Sanctums, he wants Spellbreakers, I think, even though Ancient of War do bonus damage to the Spellbreakers, but the Spellbreakers will be handy against what Granty currently has army-wise. Anything else from the base? Hunter's Hall. Albert, what are you doing? These ancients need to be a bit more focused in what they're trying to achieve though, otherwise Albert will just kite this out. Specifically, I say this expansion needs to be focused. If you take the expansion out, that's it. You know, at least you're even. But at the moment they're just spazzing around. It needs to be dealt with. And Granty's army is becoming a bit lackluster as the game progresses. I can't whisper actually, because I'm an observer. Gotta get in on that action. He's still getting kited a little bit. Surprised wisps haven't come in here to try and repair the ancients. Naga taking quite a lot of magic damage there. Oh, the Mountain King is back out. Stormbolt, Stormbolt, Stormbolt. I think Albert has maybe kited this game out long enough to win it. This is why I said you gotta have a couple of Ancients of War. Just go straight to the right. They don't get distracted. They can have everything attacking them. They just go straight there. At least 2 Ancients of War need to arrive at this point. So you can have them whacking on the peasants that are trying to get gold and be a constant threat on the economy. Granty is running out. Dark Ranger's still going pretty strong, to be honest. She's quite beefy. But those Spellbreakers are really starting to mess up now, so any skeletons that do come out are going to get killed quite quickly. I think Albert has pretty much got this, unless maybe we see an expansion for Granty. He definitely needs to get that going. It's a shame, because I think Granty could have possibly won this. Just needed to make slightly better decisions with those Ancients of War. But now Granty's being forced in a position where he's actually got to run away, and Albert's still got the expansion. So unless Granty can kite this game out for super long and manage to get enough gold back and maybe drain the resources or the gold that comes from there and make sure that Albert doesn't take another expansion, then maybe he can win. Otherwise, he's probably not going to win. To be honest, at this point, it seems glum for the chum. 40 food for Granty, 450 golds, 500 woods. Albert's sitting on 1500 gold like a noob, 400 woods, and 64 food. And lots of Spellbreakers. No upgrades for the Spellbreakers though. He can start doing that now because he's not going to stop making them at any point soon. Completely and utterly ignoring this army for some reason, or just not paying attention. Map hack has turned off. Looks like Granty's picked up some more mobs. He needs to stop focusing the hero quite so hard though. If he can't get it, then move off. Granty is being forced to use a TP as well here. That's going to be expensive for him, considering he hasn't got an expansion, and this allows his expansion that is going up to basically be destroyed by Albert. So that's pretty bad. That's pretty harsh. Lots of Arcane Sanctums. It was the expansion that was the key. Let's do some trolling. He is pretty suspicious, to be honest, that guy Albert. But I don't think he necessarily needs hack anyway. So we've got Spellbreakers, Priests, Morts bringing up the rear, moving up for any more possible expansions that Granty may have. Get the Spellbreakers going on the Renegade Wizard. Drain that mana. Bonus damage. Oh, here come the imbalanced sorceresses. That peasant can't expand until those creeps have been cleared. Scourge Bone Chimes. Don't know that works for Spellbreakers. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because they're technically not melee. They're a damn cool unit though, to be honest, Spellbreakers. Very good. Very, very good. For what they cost and what they're worth and all of that. I want to see how quickly these skeletons get killed if the Spellbreakers hit them. Not seeing it at the moment. Not that quickly, actually. I suppose they don't do the bonus damage against the skeletons. Maybe I was wrong then. I'd had a feeling that the Spellbreakers would do extra damage against the skeletons, but I don't think they do. Granty's got himself a nice little position here, but he's really lacking in terms of army strength, so it's only going to go so far. Position can only carry you so far. This isn't 300. We need to see more DPS, more strong DPS coming out from Granty if he wants to get kills. Spellbreakers are kind of lost though at the moment. Granty needs to get some more units out, and he might be able to hang in there. We can use the Zeppelin as well a little bit to micro pull out the Naga Sea Bitch. Missed the opportunity there, and it looks like Albert's starting to press the attack. Pretty much no way to stop Albert now. This is it. Oh, is that level 5 Archmage? More Water Elemental spam as well. They are ridiculously strong, the level 3 Water Elementals. Look at that. 900 health, 41 to 49 damage. There isn't even a unit that you can buy that does that much damage. You got a Knight or something. I don't know actually who does more DPS, a Knight or a Water Elemental, but you can look at it that way. I suppose the Water Elemental doesn't last very long against Wisps that detonate, but past that point they are pretty good. He'll have another one in a moment. That's a lot of red. There's the GG, although I didn't see a GG, but we call it that anyway. Albert wasn't that much. Oh, well, he had the gold lost to upkeep, so I suppose he was pretty damn nifty. Huh. Oh well, thanks for watching. This has been Woody. Please subscribe, like and comment.